What is up everyone, we are back with another New World video, and today we are taking a look at the Blunderbuss skill tree. Now the Blunderbuss is a mid-range weapon that scales on strength and intelligence. They have two skill trees or focuses. One is Containment, which is a bunch of CC, and Chaos is mainly for DPS. For Containment, the first skill is Net Shot. Fire a large sized projectile out of the Blunderbuss, dealing 40% weapon damage. The net is a large projectile that slows anyone that's hit by 40% for 2.5 seconds. If standing still or moving backwards, the recoil from this attack will knock you back further. If moving sideways or forwards, you will continue moving unhindered. On the upgrade path is Fast Hands. If net shot hits a target, reduce the cooldown by 20 seconds. Since the cooldown is 20 seconds, that is 4 seconds reduction. Below that is Apparatus. The net now inflicts a 50% slow as opposed to 40% slow that degrades to normal move speed over 5 seconds. So originally it's going to be a 40% slow for 2.5 seconds, but with that upgrade it now does 50% slow immediately and degrades over time to normal move speed. So I believe at 4 seconds it's going to be a 40% slow, then 3 is 30, and so forth. The last upgrade is Barbed Netting. Net shot's initial hit is reduced to 5% weapon damage. However, it now deals 35% additional weapon damage as poison damage each second for 3 seconds. The next skill is Claw Shot. Shoot forward a claw attached to the chain from the muzzle. The projectile will travel up to 14 meters, but you cannot be pulled more than 3 meters. If it connects to an enemy, it's going to deal 40% weapon damage and inflict root for 1 second before quickly pulling you up to 3 meters towards them. The pull can be cancelled out by any ability or your primary fire. The upgrade path is In and Out. Upon usage, restore 8 stamina every second for 10 seconds. This is very good, especially when you are fighting PvP, because this enables you to roll another 1 or 2 tries because it can recover 80 stamina. After that is Combat Readiness. Landing a pellet, even blocked, lowers the cooldown of this ability by 2% each. Lastly is Mobile Overload. Successfully landing Claw Shot will automatically grant 1 loaded ammunition. If you currently have 2 loaded ammunition, this will exceed the max cap and grant a third. So it appears that you're going to have 3 shots maximum on Blunderbuss. Next up on the Containment skill is Azoth Shrapnel Blast. Fire 5 shots in a horizontal fan in front of you while pushing yourself backwards. Each shot will deal 50% weapon damage. Each consecutive hit on the same target will do 50% less damage than the previous hit. The upgrade path is Reach. Increase the range of this attack from 12 meters to 16 meters. Then Discord. Fire 4 additional pellets with each use of this ability. Refresh lowers your cooldown of this ability by 1.5% for every hit from this ability or any primary fire. The last upgrade is Azoth Bomb. Fire a singular bomb down towards the center of the fan. This bomb will implant itself into the world and explode, dealing 100% damage in a 3 meter radius after a 0.5% delay. The passives under Containment is Future Endeavors. If you land 5 or more pellets in a single shot, restore 1 stamina per pellet hit. Next is Run and Gun. Reloading gives you a speed boost of 40% that decays over 1 second. This is actually very good in PvP because it can cover distance when you are reloading. Next up is Ramp. Reloading gives you a damage boost of 4% for 6 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. So this can be combined with Run and Gun. Every time you reload you get a speed boost as well as a damage boost. Then there's Deep Load. The last shot loaded into the Blunderbuss will deal additional 50% increased damage. Then there's Fortifying Aggression. Successful hits within 3 meters grant Fortify, increasing damage absorption by 10% for 2 seconds. And the ultimate upgrade is Unload. The next shot fired within 6 seconds after triggering an ability will have 9 pellets instead of 6. This effect can stack up to 2 times. Next up is Chaos, the DPS area. This first skill is Splitting Grenade. Shoot a grenade out from the Blunderbuss that will bounce up to 4 times and detonate after 1.5 seconds. The grenade can also be manually donated by reactivating its ability at any time. Upon detonation, it will create 3 mini grenades that will disperse and explode after 1 second of landing, dealing 85% weapon damage in a 3-meter area. And each successful grenade hit against the same target deals 40% less base damage. So this really is just a cluster grenade bomb. It's going to hit once and then explode into small mini grenades, and then it's going to deal damage in a large AoE. Its upgrade path is Soften. Deal 25% increased damage to targets greater than 50% health, and Decayed Escape. Any grenade that hits grants haste, increasing your movement speed by 20% for 3 seconds. Multiple hits will refresh the duration when they are hit. The next skill is Mortar Charge. Load the Blunderbuss with heavy canisters. For the next 15 seconds or 3 shots, shots will no longer fire multiple pellets, but instead will fire a heavy, fast-driving mortar-style canister that causes a tall explosion upon impact, dealing 126 weapon percent damage in a 3-meter area. If the target is 10 meters away or further, it will take 35% increased weapon damage. So Blunderbuss normal attacks are kind of like a shotgun blast, and this turns it into a slug shot. Its upgrade path is Steady. Each hit grants 7 stamina. And Freedom. With each shot fired, gain a burst of 50% move speed, which decays in power over 3 seconds. Lastly is Blast Shot. Blast immense wind out of the Blunderbuss, knocking down any target immediately in front of you. Blast deals 70% weapon damage and the cooldown is 30 seconds. The only upgrade is Preparation. Blast Shot applies rend, increasing damage applied to all targets of this ability by 20% for 6 seconds. So this skill is very close range, as you can see it says immediately in front of you, but it does do a CC by hitting that target down. The first passive skill is Future Planning. Using an ability reduces all other ability cooldowns by 4% of their remaining time. This is not a cooldown reduction from their max time, just the remaining time. On a roll, triggering an ability decreases all damage taken by 3% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times, so pretty much a 50% fortify. After that is Bite Back. Every pellet that is a headshot reduces cooldowns by 0.5%. Depending on the spread of the basic weapon damage, and this can be useful, but I'm not entirely sure if that's really going to be a shotgun blast or it's going to be a wide fan, just like the Azoth shrapnel blast. The next skill is Incendiary Bursts. Splitting grenade explosions inflict burn on hits, dealing 10% weapon damage per second for 10 seconds, and this stacks up to 3 times. This skill is really mandatory for splitting grenades, as splitting grenades will create 3 mini grenades, and these are going to inflict the burn. And these deal 85% weapon damage in a 3-meter area, but each successful grenade hit against the same target deals 40% base damage. So if you do this correctly, the first hit will do 85% damage plus 100% damage. Then the next one, if you hit 2 in a row, it's going to be 45% plus 100%. And if you hit all 3, it's going to be 5% plus 100%. Now if this is how it is, you're going to deal 435% weapon damage over time, over 10 seconds. I haven't tried this skill out yet because the PTR isn't released yet as of making this video, but it does appear that this is going to be very good and can potentially 1-shot or 2-shot kill somebody. Next up is Buckshot. Deal 10% increased damage to any target as long as you not have damaged them in the last 8 seconds. This can be an okay pick, but in my opinion it's not going to be all that great. Next up is Streak. It gives you 1 additional extra canister so you can fire up to 4 shots. And each mortar charge hit will increase the damage by future mortar charge hits in the next 6 seconds by 10%. Since it says only an extra canister, it appears that this is only going to apply to mortar charge, not the basic attacks from Blunderbuss. The next passive skill is Last Chance. Whenever you take a hit and your health is below 50%, gain 50% damage reduction for 4 seconds. And this reminds me of Last Stand in Call of Duty. You know, when you're about to kill somebody, but then they go into a prone position and they pull out their pistol and they kill you because they have iframes. Now this skill, in my opinion, seems very broken because when you are 50% health or below, you get a 50% damage reduction. And that means you need to deal 50% more damage. So essentially this just brings your health back up to 100% or effective health for 4 seconds. Now this, in my opinion, is a must pick, especially for those constitution and strength users, because you're going to have more effective health over time. If you are below 50% health, you can just switch to your Blunderbuss and get hit and get that damage reduction and possibly kill the enemy. The underlying effect of damage reductions is that healing against you is also increased. They don't really increase the healing. So say for example, you get healed for 1000 health. Essentially, they need to deal 1500 damage in order to reduce that 1000 health. So this is going to be very useful, especially for tanks. Now if this is a fortify, you can also increase the duration even more by those perks on your accessories. Next up is Extended Chamber. Holding on to 2 loading ammunitions for 2 seconds after a reload will load a third active ammunition. Then there is Lingering Flow. The area 10 meters in front of you remains influenced by the wind for the next 8 seconds. You and your allies gain a 25% speed boost while in the area. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. It says the area 10 meters in front of you is influenced by wind for the next 8 seconds. Does that mean all the time, 8 seconds, you're going to get 25% movement speed while in the area? So while you're running, is it a static area or is it dynamic where it's going to be moving with you? I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to test that on the PTR. The last upgrade is Double Down. Once every 30 seconds, your next ability used will have its cooldown reduced by 50%. And that's pretty much it for this video. I am going to be testing this out in the PTR and release that in another video, as well as a guide perhaps, but it really looks promising, especially Last Chance, that whenever you take a hit when your health is below 50%, gain 50% damage reduction for 4 seconds. That's going to be useful. I'm going to test it on the PTR, and if you do like Blunderbuss and what it has to offer, then feel free to download the PTR and test that out for yourself. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please hit that like button and consider subscribing, as that helps me donate even more to disabled veterans. So thank you all for tuning in and listening, and until next time.